Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 best summer fragrances for men in 2025. And we're going to start this list off with my number 10 pick, which is Aged Salt and Citrus from Theodoros Kaiotinis. This is by far the cheapest fragrance on this entire list. A 50 milliliter bottle of this costs only 45 euros on Theodoros Kaiotinis' own website. And with this bottle you get crazy value for money. Now this scent isn't anything that's like totally unique. It's still a very simple citrus scent, but it just works so well. So if you like citrus scents, this one is definitely the one I think you should be looking at. Despite me saying that this isn't the most unique citrus fragrance ever, it still has some uniqueness to it. I kind of think it smells like an ice cream we have here in Denmark called a Københavnerstang. And this is like a very dirt cheap vanilla ice that's like wrapped in this like pineapple-y thing. And I really think that this fragrance smells exactly like that. You get sort of some like vanilla sweetness that I don't think comes from vanilla, and then you get this citrusy which is kind of pineapple-y. In terms of longevity and projection on this scent, you're not going to get a beast mode summer fragrance for 45 euros. But it lasts on my skin for 6 hours, and it actually projects very moderately throughout almost the entire time. So I think with this one you're getting very much value for money. With pick number 9 we're going for Perwois Tangerine Pearl. Now this is a fragrance that doesn't get the love on social media that it deserves, because this is amazing. Again, we don't have a very unique citrus fragrance here, but we have something that works, and that is at a very good price point. As far as I remember, a 100 milliliter bottle like this one of Tangerine Pearl is like 120 euros, so it's a bit more expensive than the one from Theodoros Kaiotinis, but it's still very cheap compared to what you're getting. So with this fragrance you're getting a very lovely citrus fragrance that smells very much like mandarins or tangerines, which means you're gonna get this very orangey, orange soda type scent, which works so good here for the summer. This fragrance also has like a cooling vibe over it, so when you spray it you almost cool down instantly, which makes it way easier to live with the hotter weather that we are now entering. The biggest problem that this fragrance has is that projection and longevity are absolute shit. I get 3, maybe 4 hours of longevity with this scent. The first hour or so has very good projection, but then it just becomes a skin scent after that, so people really can't smell you unless they get very close. But I still think this is a great fragrance for summer, because I really love the smell of this. If you have a store nearby that sells Perwois, I really recommend checking this out. For my pick number 8, I'm gonna go with one of the most TikTok hype fragrances as of right now, and that is Room 1015 Wave Child. This thing deserves all the hype that it's getting. This is a very shisha watermelon type scent, and it's very light and easy going for the summer. You can almost call this scent a white t-shirt for the summer, because a white t-shirt works every day and with every outfit, and this does exactly the same. This is a fragrance that you can just bathe yourself in every single day of the summer. You will not get tired of it, and you will smell lovely every single day. In terms of longevity and protection, this scent actually lasts quite long. I get just around 8 hours on my skin with this one, and projection is just okay. It projects very well for the first 5 or 6 hours, and then it becomes more of a skin scent, which I think it's totally okay. With this you also get a very unique scent. I can't put my finger on any other scent out on the market that smells anywhere close to this. So if you want to smell unique but still very amazing for the summer, Room 1015 Wave Child should be a go-to. For my pick number 7 I have I Am Trash from Etat Libre d'Orange. And contrary to the name, this fragrance definitely isn't trash. The reasoning behind the name is because this fragrance is actually made from trash. So Etat Libre d'Orange discovered that a lot of the flowers and other things that you use to make aroma chemicals were just being thrown out, despite them still having a lot of juice left in them. So they decided to collect a bunch of it and then just try to get out as much fragrance oil or essential oils as they could get from these. Which means that in this fragrance you don't have just the petals of the flowers, you have everything. Leaves, the green things they grow on, the thorns, every single thing is pressed out and made juice for this. Other than the summer flowers that are in this fragrance, there's also a very prominent apple note. This apple note is made from the leftover bits of apples that French restaurants do not use. So when you use an apple for cooking, that's obviously a part that you can't eat. Etat Libre d'Orange collects these parts and then makes apple essential oil from that somehow. I don't know exactly how, but they put it into this fragrance and it is so lovely. The apple note or accord is definitely the thing that feels the absolute most in this fragrance, and it's so lovely and so unique. It's a very juicy apple, almost like you're drinking apple juice, and it's just perfect for the summer. Longevity and projection on this fragrance is also quite amazing. I get 8 to 9 hours of longevity from this fragrance, and it projects very well throughout the entire period. So this one is a great pick for summer. Pick number 6 here is for all of you gin and tonic lovers that just enjoy sitting out in the nice weather and having a nice drink, because it is M. Micallef's Gin Tonic. And as the name suggests, this one smells very much like a gin and tonic, and it works so well. When I tell people about this fragrance, a lot of them ask me why would I want to smell like a gin and tonic for the summer. But trust me, this is so good. You're not going to be smelling like a bar that is closing and, you know, with sticky floors and everything. This is a very fresh gin and tonic fragrance, almost like the first gin of the night. You can imagine sitting outside on your terrace or balcony or by the beach somewhere, and then just enjoying your favorite gin mixed with the perfect tonic at the perfect temperature with the people you love the most. And that is what you get with this thing. It is so good for summer. Projection is also crazy good on this one, and way better than I expected when I bought it. This projects like crazy for like 4 to 5 hours, and then becomes a little bit milder, but still lasts all the way up till 9 hours. So with this, you're getting a beast mode and very unique summer fragrance. For pick number 5, I have found a fragrance that I've not seen anyone else other than myself talk about online, and that is Molton Brown's Sunlit Clementine and Vetiver. I was sent this fragrance as a PR gift on my TikTok channel that I have with a friend. It's called Duftdrengene. And when I smelled this fragrance, it was love at first sniff, because this thing is so crazy good. This is the most juicy clementine or orange type scent that I have ever seen on the market. Normally orange either gets a little bit dirty or it gets very dry. This one is basically just orange juice that you're just pouring all over yourself. The vetiver in this also gives off a very masculine vibe, which means this is great for all the manly men out there. And projection and longevity is absolutely batshit crazy on this thing. I get 12 hours of longevity and it projects great throughout the entire period. This thing is so beast mode that sometimes I even have to wash it off my skin just to get it away. But this one is so great for summer, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you have Molton Brown near you, because it is such an underrated brand, and this fragrance is extremely underrated. With pick number 4, you're gonna be smelling like a sexy Italian man, and that is of course Giardini di Toscana's Colonia Nobile. Now, Giardini di Toscana is normally known for their fragrance Bianco Latte, which is a great coffee scent. But for summer, this one is so crazy good. This is a very classic cologne type fragrance with a very nice citrus twist. And as I just said, you smell like a sexy Italian man when you're wearing this. It brings you right back to like an old Italian city, you know, all the Roman buildings everywhere, the dryness, the heat, and everyone around you just smells exactly like this. Unfortunately, projection and longevity aren't great with this one. I get like 3 hours of longevity and quite minimal projection throughout the entire time. But it's still crazy good, and I really recommend picking up a bottle of this. Now for pick number 3, I have unfortunately emptied out this fragrance, and it is Bohemian Lime from Goldfields & Banks. Goldfields & Banks are extremely hyped on TikTok and other social media platforms, and it is well deserved because it is such an amazing brand, and I own quite a lot of their fragrances. But Bohemian Lime is one of the best that they make for summer. As the name suggests, this smells very much of lime, and it is made on a special type of lime called finger lime. When you open this finger lime, it almost strips out like caviar, and it just looks so crazy. But the smell of it is even better. This is very much masculine leaning, and I think it's because it has a lot of like woody notes under it. So it's like this very fresh, singy, quite amazing citrus opening that sort of dries down with a bit more woodiness. This one is so crazy, and I actually think the price point for this is a-okay for what you're getting. Pick number 2 was my favorite summer fragrance last year, and that is Pacific Rock Moss, also from Goldfields & Banks. And yes, I have also emptied this bottle, so I'll have to be getting a new one of this one and Bohemian Lime. But Pacific Rock Moss is the perfect everyday wear for summer. It is fresh, it is unique, it is okay long lasting, and it doesn't project too crazy. So if you still have to work during the summer, you can put this on in the morning. It will last you all day, you won't smell too strong so that your co-workers will get annoyed. But if any of them get close to you, they can still smell how nice you smell. This is made on the moss that grows on the rocks on the southern coast of Australia, and it's a very unique scent that I haven't smelled anything like it before. It is clean, it is masculine, it is fresh, it is everything that you want a summer fragrance to be, and it's just so amazing. but there's still one fragrance that surpasses it. And that fragrance is Pacific Grapefruit from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. Memoirs is a British perfume brand that consists of two guys traveling the world and then making their memories into fragrances. And this Pacific Grapefruit, which is unfortunately a limited edition, is the best fragrance they have made. Normally people talk about Trouble in Paradise or Tales from Zanzibar, but I believe this is so much better. Is this unique? No. Is it great? Yes. As the name suggests, this smells very much of grapefruit in the opening and has a lot of citrusy undertones adding to that grapefruit, which makes it extremely fresh for the summer. So if you don't like citrus scents, you're going to hate this. Despite this not being very unique, I fell in love with this the first time I smelled it in Les Centures in London, and I was lucky enough that the Danish shop Nose and Notes sent me a PR bottle of this for my TikTok. And trust me, I'm going to empty this before the summer even really gets started, because I want to wear this thing every day. If I put it on, I want to wear it the next 4 or 5 days just because I don't get tired of it. So I actively have to stop myself from wearing Pacific Grapefruit from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. Longevity and projection aren't super great with this one. You get like 4 or 5 hours longevity and it projects very well for the entire time. So it's okay, maybe a little expensive for what you're getting, but for some reason I just love this and it is my #1 pick for summer in 2025.